Hey folks, welcome back to Let's Play Nobunaga's Ambition, Sphere of Influence on the Mysterious JG. And, thinking ahead to what I think is coming next, I might have done screwed up, but we're going to find out shortly. The issue is, we've got a few months before the harvest, and I sold food to be able to afford infrastructure, and I wasn't thinking about that when I marched. I should have waited a few months, but now that Masamune's out, I feel bad wasting, so I kind of want to try to press ahead, but this might be a bad idea. I probably should have just let Masamune wait before we attacked. He's got enough force to take the city by himself without the support of any of these other officers. But I kind of at least want to get some support for him. And I already know that these guys are going to come out and attack once we start making our move. So I'm trying to think what the best way to do this is. I'm also having a paranoia attack, and I'm quick checking to make sure I'm recording, and I am. Okay. So I think what I want to do here is, rather than marching everybody, so the first thing I'm going to do is spend all of my labor just on development. And now we're down to 1955 food. I want to buy as much food as I can, which is 1,000.
Thank you very much.
Now we're pretty much out of money. I know I had some officers who were getting froggy, including Utadate. Sometimes shows blatant hostility. We have different visions of the nation. The unskilled don't really have a place. Okay, one of the reasons she's mad is because her skills suck. But she's a clan member, so it seems weird to me that she would be willing to leave. Monkey Merc was the one we're worried about. He shows discontent. Well, it's slight dissatisfaction because he doesn't think he'll get along well. But he's honored to have been made Lord of a Castle, and it's good that the talented are rewarded. So, outside of giving him a gift, which I can't really afford to do right now because I just spent all of our money. Yeah, because they want me to sell rice, which I just got done spending all of our money buying rice. So let's have Bobo in the gang. Is that who would come out of here? Yeah. Me, Bobo, and Bean. And we will
we march.
We will move together to attack, because it's time for us to put an end to the unrest in Nakanita Castle, which we think our uncle, the Lord of I want to say the Mogami. Yeah, the Mogami clan, led by our uncle. They're causing problems. So let's see what happens if we just march 2 units instead of the 3 that I plan to send.
We march.
Am I losing my mind, or do we, That is my quest, right? Yeah, surround this castle. Okay, because I'm surprised nobody's trying to stop me. Yeah, there he is. Okay, so this is what we expected. We've got Yoshiaki Mogami leading a unit of 2,000 after us here. So hopefully Bobo won't be offended, but I might just let this battle play out automatically, because these guys are going to go down very quickly. So, like, yeah, it would just be artificially extending the length of the LP if I bothered with this. So what we're going to do now is castle's got 1,000 HP. So what I want to do is have Masamune, instead of encircling the castle with Bobo, he is going to come up here to try to cut off the reinforcements. And Bobo will actually take the castle. And we can deal with this one later, because we should have time. Like, we don't actually need to do this one for quest purposes. Now, before we end the scenario and jump ahead, I actually also need to get Sonoma Castle and... I want to say Teriyaki Castle. I'm sure that's not how it's pronounced. We want to take over all that stuff before we end the scenario. But actually, the storyline is going to have us take out the Ashina before we mess with that. Any bonus conquests we do of these guys, I don't think are going to count. Because once we start a new scenario, I'll double check before we start to be sure, but I believe the only cities we want to take that we're not guided to take by the story are these two, which should fall to us sometime between now and Sekigahara. So now we've surrounded Nakanita Castle. Taking advantage of the Yosaki's infighting, the Date moved their troops, seeking to control them fully. However, this was a cunning trap by the wily Yoshimitsu Mogami, also known as the Fox of Ushi. The Mogami reaction was foreseeable enough, yet... We didn't expect the Satake to join the party. My lord, it may be best to make a temporary peace with the Mogami and pull our troops back. Not having it! If I don't defeat my uncle here, my road to unification will be pushed back 5 years. Like an angry child. Then what are we to do, my lord? Shigezane, you're on defense. Huh? You scarred our backs from the Satake while we get my uncle. Wait, that's asking a little too... Ah, a wonderful plan, Lord Masamune. You always have the best ideas. Got a little something on your nose there, Kajuro. Katakura again? What, you can't do it? Is that centipede on your helmet just for show? Are you not truly an invertebrate? Is your will to never pull back, never surrender, just a facade? I don't really understand how the centipede represents that, but okay. Well, if you put it like that, I guess I've got no choice. I'll hold back the Satake, but I'm not going to hear your orders, my lord. I'll do things my way. I might have gone a little overboard. Oh, I thought it was just right, my lord. Again, got a little something on your nose there. Having Sir Shigezane on the job should solve our Satake problem. It should, and it better. Kajuro, if you're my right arm, Shigezane is my left. Screw all these created officers. He's not a man to lose easily. Yeah, certainly not against William in Neo. Aye, my lord. Now let us carve through Yoshimitsu Mogami with all we have. Now we're talking. Kajuro, give me a plan. Protect Nihon Matsu Castle for 1 year.
We march. Let us show them how we do battle. The enemy is invading our territory.
So this is not Grimmett, this is Monkey Merc, the guy who's getting ready to betray us. Yoshishige Satake's unit is marching on our Nihon Matsu Castle with about 3,500 troops. Well, now here's where we're screwed. I don't have enough food. So, he's got 3,500 troops. To get to Nihon Matsu Castle, I believe Nihon Matsu Castle, he's got to get, if I'm not mistaken, through Sukagawa Castle, which has 3,500 hit points, and Monomiya Castle, which has 3,500 hit points. So unless he gets reinforced by the Ashina, he should not really be able to do that, even if I don't deploy troops. Worst case scenario, he should get stymied here, and hopefully he doesn't take the castle before I'm able to... Now, there's a sally port here, so we could have Elmendretta, Neko, Lizarka, and Earl King deploy and attack, even if I let him encircle the castle first. They have a sally port, they can deploy. But I kind of want to wait and see what they're going to do. Meanwhile, up here, the key is going to be for Masamune to put a stop to the Mogami. Oh, it's Mitsumogami. No, it's not even the... Oh, hold on a second. I think plot-wise, I'm supposed to be putting a stop to Yoshiaki Megami. So I don't really want to... He's got 3,500 troops. I don't really want to anger those people if I can avoid it. But I think plot-wise, he's coming. So let's just see what happens here. Shiba clan was eliminated by Nanbu clan. Oh, Nakanita Castle is going to surrender. Okay. So I've gained the Spear Ball trait. Looks like I've still got it.
Enemy officer captured.
And we captured an officer. So now, together, these two would have the troops to take over Mio Castle. But I think we'll let Bobo come up here and help with holding off the counterattack instead. And you guys take your sweet time. It would be lovely if you came up here after we've had our harvest. Because I don't think...
We march.
Stop here.
Yeah, I don't
Let
think
us begin the
that
meeting.
one unit is going to move
Here's
forward.
last month's balance.
So we spent more than we made because I bought all
Reporting in.
that rice. I've grown stronger. Well, that was possible, but he doesn't talk exactly like that. So I was going to move Monkey Merc to be a castle lord, but I think he's already a castle lord, and he's still all pissed off. Yeah, so there's no point in making him a castle lord. Where are you? You are conservative, for one reason you're not happy. You're at Yonezawa Castle. That's our capital, isn't it? Well, if I'm interested in keeping her happy, and she's not a created officer, but I do tend to feel like, hey, you know, it's interesting to have female officers in the clan. I should keep some around. We could put her in charge of this castle. Although I don't think the enemy's going to go out of the way to recruit her because her stats are fucking garbage. I shouldn't say that, but they kind of are. I mean, the reason she's upset is we enacted a policy which rewards the... you see, her loyalty is already... Often objects to orders, appears to be discontent. The loyalty is already up a little bit higher, though. Just by being lord of a castle. So... now we just need to keep her happy. We need to keep her in the clan long enough that she starts getting the longevity modifier. But her stats are like everything is below 50. So yeah, I guess I would say that she's certainly a below average officer. Not really good for much. But so Elman Dread of the Avatar. It's going to take her 30 days. Let's send Grimmeth. No, I just want to send somebody who has really high... We'll send you, because as of right now, I don't think... JT Mystery's with a unit that's deployed. So is Vulture Bean, and Grimmeth is an overseer. So she can go off and do this and get good results, and it's not going to interfere with anything. Elman Dread of the Avatar may be marching pretty soon. Thinking... Is it going to take them a month to get up here? I can hope. Because they're basically they'll be fighting a delaying action. And if you guys are just staying put, we can try to deal with you. This castle's got 3,000 hit points. I can't afford to lose a lot of troops. But if we can make out to harvest time, we can get Kalana Warisanada and his friends here to march out. Trying to get officer info, actually. Hamuko Arisato. I'm just kind of curious if... Yeah, never mind. That's a created officer I just sent out. So I thought that was a created officer. I kind of lost track of her name for a second. But yeah, when she gets back, we can deploy her to help with conquering Mio Castle if I just want to finish off this clan all in one fell swoop. Anyway, let's go back to using up our labor. We don't really have enough coin to make any difference with buying more food, so let's just let's transfer some folks to Nakanita Castle. You'll probably end up being the overseer there. And we'll also take one from Yonezawa. Just somebody whose loyalty isn't garbage would be good enough. And now we'll see what happens. So you guys are not attacking because this place didn't actually collapse. It surrendered. And you don't actually have enough force to take it now. Udadate has arrived to become the new lady of the castle. Okay. Now, I wasn't expecting this. So when I did this off screen, I didn't get an event here. I just had to fight this guy, but I didn't use Masamune. I used Bobo. So I think using Masamune here may have made a plot thing happen. Now I'm wondering if oh fuck, does this mean that I need to have if I have Shigezane actually involved in the fight against what's his face, it'll make a difference? See if I can possibly get Shigezane involved. I don't remember exactly what city he ended up in. Crap. The battle that had begun as a small conflict in the Osaka clan was proceeding as Yoshimitsu Mogami wanted it to. As the Date army turned their eyes to the north, the Satake army showed hints of moving onto Date territory from the south. And by hints, we mean they're literally marching. Though Masamune had hard enough... Masamune had hard enough time. Though Masamune had hard enough time dealing with the powerful Yoshimitsu, he was now in the disadvantageous position of splitting his forces. My nephew, you have done well this far. Thus far, I probably should say. I'm afraid the games end here. I got two eyes, buddy. What you gonna do? The Tiger of Dua, Yoshimitsu Mogami. Brother to Yoshi and uncle to Masamune. Okay, so this is his uncle on his mother's side, and his mother, remember, doesn't seem to like Masamune much at all. His valor was known throughout Oshu, and his rule was so merciful, it was said that all who served him, right down to the last foot soldier, did so with all their heart. Uncle! Masamune, you'll need another 10 years before you can beat me. However, right before both armies clashed, they received an unexpected report. I'm now thinking back, I'm not gonna use my... I'm thinking back to something. I'm an uncle, as longtime viewers of the channel know. But in addition to being the uncle to baby Bronco, I also have a niece. You know, the daughter of my sister, who is not part of the Let's Playing community and therefore doesn't come up as much. But my wonderful niece at one point, this is something that happened fairly recently, but it just really stuck with me. It was so freaking funny. She's adorable, and I'm like probably her closest family member that she sees more than once or twice a year, but that she doesn't see all the time. So when I come visit, and part of it's just because I'm a freaking fantastic guy and kids love me, but part of it's just like I said, you know, she sees her Uncle Bobo all the time. She doesn't see me that often. So when I come around, she gets really excited to see me. She loves baby Bronco, by the way. Don't even... She adores her cousin. But anyway, my niece at one point was really excited about giving me cotton candy, So at one point, she was like shoving cotton candy in my mouth, and she didn't call me JG. She used my actual real-world first name, but she was saying, "Suck it, Uncle JG! Suck it! Suck it, Uncle JG! Suck it!" So like anytime someone mentions an uncle, she didn't call me JG. She used my real-life first name, but I just picture the word uncle is now associated with "Suck it, Uncle," and then. Anyway, I'm sorry. That's not really what the story is meant to be going for right now. This is more of a uncle and nephew who are enemies on the battlefield situation. And, oh. I just noticed something that is really throwing me off, but I'm not going to be able to do anything about it right this second. I have insects or something on my TV screen. This is weirding me out. Either that or there's, like, some kind of weird pixelation thing happening, but I think I've got insects. Let me finish the video and then try to deal with this. This is weirding me out big time. Reporting. Between our army and the Date forces, a single palanquin has, palanquin? Shit, are you even sure we're pronouncing that word right, soldier? What? Wait, you can't mean... A palanquin? Is JG even pronouncing that right? Who cares? I'll crush it along with the Mogami. But wait, inside the palanquin is Lady Yoshi. My mother? That can't be. As Masamune froze at Yoshi's sudden appearance, her voice rang out through the now silent battlefield. Both sides, pull back your men. Listen, those of Date, Mogami is my brother's house. Turning your blades on my brother is turning your blades on me. Listen, those of Mogami. Date is the house of my husband, the house of my sons. Turning your bows on the Date is turning your bows on me. The Date and Mogami must not do battle. We must join hands and live together, thrive together, in this land of Wu. Unable to keep fighting like this, Date and Mogami were forced to make a truce. The fateful battle between Masamune and Yoshimitsu met an unlikely resolution. Yoshi, you truly got the better of me today. You must be like the purple Yoshi that can fly. You're so skilled. Brother, perhaps you remember. When Lord Teramune had you on the defensive, I came to the battlefield just like this. So basically, we're going to have to wait for our mom to die before we take out these Mogami guys. Got you. Ha! How could I forget? So you want me to return the favor, then? Heh. Can't expect anything less from my sister. Masamune may not be the best of sons, with his one eye and the fact that he murders everyone, but I still endured pain in my womb to bear him. Could you join hands and watch over the boy? Join hands with what, myself? Just hold my own hands together like dynamo tension? Ha ha ha, what? Do you really think that nephew of mine deserves that? He's a dragon, I tell you. One day he'll devour Oshu and fly off to the heavens. However, I am a tiger. Since the days of old, biting the life out of dragons has been a tiger's role. For now, I'll defer to you and let the kid go. Everyone, we're heading back. I honestly don't know. Were tigers ever native to Japan? I mean, China had tigers, and Japan is heavily influenced. China is like the Rome of the East, only like times 1.5. Like the degree to which Western, like European culture came from Rome. Like most of the Korea, Japan, the Far Eastern countries were really heavily influenced by China. But this is my thing with okay, dragons I know were a big part of Chinese mythology, but I'm pretty sure the whole tiger deal is also just they flat out borrowed that from the various Chinese warlords who would use tiger in their nickname. Chinese warlords like Sagat and his tiger uppercut. And so the battle between the Date and Mogami army ended, and the Mogami forces went back to their realm. One would expect nothing less of Lady Yoshi. She really rescued us in her time of need. I had it handled. Rubbish. That wasn't our time of need. It was the perfect chance to kill Yoshimitsu, and now it's gone. But Mother really is looking out for the Date, and looking out for me. That became clear now, and that makes me really happy to know. Oh, it's a very special episode of Nobunaga's Ambitions, Sphere of Influence. The Date army... I'm going to miss this early part of the LP where we have all these storyline quests, because honestly, guys, it's almost over. The Date storylines don't go that far. I'm really starting to wonder if there's something wrong with my TV. Now I got, like, white specks. Maybe I should be worrying about this when I'm not No? It is something going on with my PS4. Or there's just like weird... There's supposed to be some kind of weird pedal effect going on this screen. I'm not sure what the hell's going on, but let's keep moving here. That Yoshi's appearance was most beneficial to the Date was clear to all. So that forces a truce with these guys, which basically means we don't fight them. And I can now just have all these guys go after Mio Castle.
Leave it to me.
Everyone,
Now, I mean, I could have them dump all their supplies at Nakanita Castle. Then I'd have to rearrange the officers because Masamune and everybody would end up here, but the food would replenish slightly faster. I'm going to try to get away with not doing that. These guys are still on their way. So what I'm kind of curious about now... I've got enough, I mean, I could deploy. So... Shigezane should be in charge. I don't know how to get him to be not the leader. Okay. Sorry, Shaman Yamazaki, but for story reasons...
finally, some action!
You've got 120 food supply, right? Yes. For story reasons, I want these guys to be the ones to fight Yoshishige Sataki. Because I want to see what that does. At any rate, it's time to call it a video. I apologize for having all these weird asides about thinking there were bugs on my TV. There was and there was weird black flecks moving around on my TV in a way where I thought there were like really small bugs. And if that sounds crazy, I mean, like a couple of weeks ago, I had ants get into the apartment, so I just like had to tidy up a little bit and vacuum around the area where they were at to make sure there was no food residue floating around, and ants are gone. And that's fantastic because you don't know how much you don't want ants until you have ants. So apologies for going off on weird tangents about that, but I could swear that's what's happening until we entered a different screen where suddenly I had white flecks. So now I've got a different issue where I'm wondering if my... You know, it's the TV that I bought myself as a gift when I got back from Afghanistan. So, long-time viewers of the channel know that was some time ago. But still, I don't want my flat screen going out. It's an expensive flat screen. Ugh. Did I save? I meant to save. Let's save on a slot in case something goes horribly, horribly wrong. And when we come back next time, we will be trying to... Probably won't finish this quest, because this quest involves us defending a castle for a year. But we can get to the point where the quest is basically won, and we just gotta, like, do domestic turns until it's considered done. We'll do that next time. See you then, folks.